I'm back. And I said I probably wouldn't do another one, but as I was editing and listening to the last few, I thought, this is fun. It's good for me. It's good for everyone else. Let's just finish it off. So I'm doing self-expression. The last one is a self-identity or self-fullness. It is Ajna, but I'm not doing Ajna. You'll have to buy my book. I'm learning a lot about sales and how to market in a way that people want to buy your product. It's a horrible thing, but okay, no, that's not why I'm doing it. But I really want to put self-expression in here because it's really important, especially at this time where there's this misinformation campaign and shutting people down and a lot of what do you call this, on the social media platforms, especially since COVID. And even in other sectors, people just have shut down anyway. The fact that for 2 years we've been wearing masks, I haven't personally because I just think it's a load of nonsense and it actually makes people's health a lot worse. One, because you're breathing in inorganic, undigestible items from these masks. 2, you're not breathing properly. 3, you cannot see other people's faces, so we are no longer co-regulating, which will lower our immunity and therefore make us more susceptible to any kind of illness. Anyway, the list goes on of why it's not even healthy, and there's more than enough evidence out there now to show that it has absolutely no proven effect against transmission. So I don't know if I should keep this on here because, again, it's getting political, but everything is political these days because there is no longer freedom of speech. So this is what this chakra is about. The chakra is throat chakra. It's our Vishuddha. Vishuddha. Okay, so what does that mean? Vishuddha means great purification. It is about sifting through shuddhi, to clean, to discern, but very deeply, because our throat is connected to the thyroid. So you have to think about all the chakras. They're all connected to the endocrine glands. Each endocrine gland is responsible for plusieurs, which means many hormones, and those hormones all affect metabolism. But the greatest metabolite is our thyroid. It's the one that make sure that all the other metabolic processes happen thanks to thyroxine 3 and 4. So it's a very important part of our immunity, of our energy system, of our clarity and mental states. If our thyroid and the throat chakra are not getting enough energy, and you can see, like, we're standing with our screens, heads. Yesterday, I was watching this woman at the beach and she was just staring at a screen and the head was hanging so low. She's closed the throat chakra in one sense. The fact that we're all on screens all the time is another way to close our communication system. So the throat chakra, or Vishuddha, is about communication, not just self-expression, but also listening. It's also connected to the ears, tongue, so speech and hearing. And these have been shut down greatly in the last 2 years. I know there is much talk about this being an experiment, a psychological experiment on humanity. A lot of people think this is conspiracy. I don't. I know there's a lot of people who don't have good intentions and have a lot of power and money. This is just very obvious. And that's, again, coming back to self-knowledge, being honest, seeing, and the confidence chakra about discerning and seeing what's there. We cannot change our world if we cannot see, if we cannot be honest. So the throat chakra is about, if we're talking about emotions, it's freedom, it's creativity, it's being able to express ourselves so that there is a free flow of energy both in and out, And that allows others to do the same. When this is not happening, there is lies, deceit, denial, or shutting down, oppression, coercion, manipulation. And there is a lot of this. So even I read a little post yesterday on LinkedIn, which I thought was very powerful, about someone's teenager who felt that they had been shut down from the masks. And it's true, we have been. We weren't even allowed to smile at each other. I had to look at eyes to see if someone was smiling, but the eyes were not smiling because they had masks on that stopped them actually smiling. For 2 years, we down-regulated our emotions because we have 50 muscles in the face alone that affect our hormones and our physiology. So you can imagine why people are getting sick now as well after this. The socializing aspect is part of the throat chakra, Vishuddha, the great cleansing. So sifting through, this is what our thyroid does. Everything that comes in is down to the very chemical particles, sifted down and extracted, and seeing what is useful, what is not, and then discarding, excreting whatever isn't. So that happens through thyroid action, creating the hormones to digest, to create the enzymes and all the rest. So very important. And also very important is that we have the emoting. The way we can regulate self-expression or enhance it if we feel it's weakened. So either we're denying things, we're lying about things, we're not speaking the truth, we're not using our voice, we're not standing up. So this platform for me, I know this is about yoga therapy, but if we're talking about yoga therapy, yoga means union, and union at every level means soul and spirit. If we're not being honest about our political spheres, politics, politicians, leaders, they should be the highest good. They should be the best examples of humanity. That's why if you read any of the Puranas, the old books from the Vedic era, they don't choose kings until they are certain. These kings had to go into the forest for 12 years to meditate, to make sure they face their shadows and their egos and all their disgusting parts of themselves to be truly human. And then they can be good leaders, because then they know to what lowliness we can succumb. If you have never had that experience, how can you lead humanity, huge amounts of people, if you have never even looked at yourself honestly? So I think that is a really beautiful, that's why stories are so important. Stories reflect to us. We cannot simplify a big story and expect to extract wisdom from it. Then it just becomes one of these silly posts. It's superficial. It doesn't have a very deep effect. When you read the story, there is emotion in there, and that emotion takes it deeper. It helps you remember the lesson, the moral, the ethics, the soul level of the teaching. And we cannot get that from these little silly posts. I'm sorry, we cannot. I know we are all in a hurry, but why are we in a hurry? To where? For what reason? And who dictates? So this is all expression. Again, you can see I'm expressing myself very clearly. There's that fire coming in again. Another way we can increase our self-expression is through emoting. So if we look at this body is connected to space, and the space body is connected to Anandamaya Kosha, which is our bliss body, the soul body. It's beyond boundaries. It's beyond it's still an element. So it still has the elements in it, and it is part of all the elements. It holds all the elements. But by emoting, we give it space, we give ourselves space, we give the other space to express, to share, to say, and release the energy within. Okay, because that's so important. We have this energy, it builds up. And if we don't release it, it becomes a constipation, whether that's mental energy, spiritual energy, heart energy, physiological energy, electrical energy, nerves. So all these become congested if we don't express. And this is what you're seeing. And that's why so many people have depression. Depression is just a suppression. Long-term suppression becomes depression. People are repressed. What happens to repressed people? They get angry. So you're seeing all this, we're calling it polarization, but that's, again, it's oversimplification. We're oversimplifying everything. We have to look at the complexity to understand how we're going to find long-term sustainable solutions, not quick fixes. There's no quick fix for anything. So other ways that we can enhance or strengthen our self-expression is communication. Have those conversations like I talked about in the first one about self-knowledge, creating projects, or just even doodling, drawing something. Maybe you haven't drawn for years. Take the time. If you have a holiday right now, just draw, get creative, or work with clay. You don't have to produce something. It's not about the end result. It's about the process. It's about what is wanting to come out through you, writing, designing, architecture, anything that is bringing something from within you to the outer world, to state something, to share something, to show something, to reveal something. This is all to do with the throat chakra and the space element. So the space element holds all the other elements and enables manifestation, but it also enables dissolution, to let go. So this is really important at this time. We have to grant each other and ourselves more space, more tolerance, more acceptance. Okay, so we'll do a quick practice. I don't know if I wanted to say anything else about this, but yeah, self-expression is linked to Vishuddha. Vishuddha is in the throat. You can imagine the throat symbol is just a circle, and in the middle of the circle is a small dot. And so you can see that that's also the symbol for the sun in astrology, and it's also the symbol for the soul in psychology. We are that center, that dot, and around us is the world. Okay, so we are always the center of our world, but the world also exists, is just as important. It's like a cell, the nucleus and the membrane. And there's always, again, that constant movement from anahata. So self-expression, again, relies on self-acceptance. Only when we accept ourselves, know ourselves, esteem ourselves, and value ourselves, is it easier to express ourselves. When we don't know what we want to say, it's very hard to get the message across. So again, it's these steps. So we can do a practice for self-expression, which is also a very old, ancient one. And the word for space is akasha. So we have chid akasha. Chid means our consciousness, and the space of consciousness. So just make yourself comfortable, and you can be seated or lying down, doesn't matter, whatever you feel you need right now. And allow yourself to arrive in the body, feeling the weight of your body, and feeling the ground underneath you, or the chair, the blanket, whatever you're lying on, sitting on, cushion. And just relax the face, relax the shoulders, lift the chest up, allow yourself to extend the spine in a soft way, and then just let it rest and extend and rest. And last time, extend, and then find a middle between the extension and the resting state. But there's an aliveness, a potentiality. So this is what the power of space is potential. Nothing has been created. Nothing needs to be destroyed. It's all absolutely possible. And then take a few breaths, allowing yourself to center. And then make the mudra with your hands. You place the left palm underneath the right, and then you make the hands round, and you bring the thumbs together up top. So if you look at your hands from above, they make a circle. Then turn them down, fingers into the lap or onto your belly, and just allow yourself to rest with that space element. And just feel yourself in that space of the hands, your soul, your heart, your power. And then imagine again that circle and the dot in the middle as you. And then breathe into the space around that dot. And see if you can extend that membrane from the nucleus, yourself, to the membrane. Can you take up more space? Allow yourself to take up space, literally, in the physical body, the energetic body, the mental body, the psychological body, and the soul body. Take up space, grow up, be who you are meant to be. Step into your power. Stop limiting yourself. Stop limiting our world. We have to do the work, each single one of us, again and again. It's like a practice. Keep doing the work. Relax the face, relax the eyes, so that the skin around the lips and eyes becomes soft. Don't rest. Lower palate. And become aware of the breath and the sound of the in-breath, making a sound like so. And as you breathe out, hear the sound hum. So remember the seed mantra, seed, bija. It's the very power, the very most condensed essence of self-expression, of space is hum. Anything is possible. Breathing out, hum. Breathing in, so. So comes from sat. Sat meaning truth. Hum comes from I am. Again, the soul. I am truth. I am that which exists beyond all existence. So becoming aware of the space within your body. And again, so hum, that I am. And then the space outside your body, space in the room, but also the space of your city, the space of the planet, the space of the universe. So, breathing in Sat, truth. Aham, I am. Breathing out hum. With each in-breath, so. With each out-breath, hum. Truth, I am. Or you can say this, I am, with each thought, with each sensation. And just give everything that arises space. Space to grow, space to become something new. Space to change shape, to change state. And then start to see that as you breathe in, soul, truth, feel that truth expanding to the edges of the universe, end of time and space, if there is such a thing. And as you breathe out, it all collects back to the center of self, of ego, of soul, beyond ego. And that there is this ability to communicate through extending out, traveling through the universe, traveling through our different states of self, meeting life fully in all its complexity, in all its diversity. And as you breathe out, coming back to self, integrating, holding space, condensing, digesting, metabolizing, sifting through, and gathering what is healthy for you at this moment, and releasing what is not. And then slowly release the fingers. Release the mantra, so hum. Release the image. Come back to yourself, your body, in this space, the space within your body. And gently opening the eyes. And there you have it, self-expression. Okay, so can we truly be ourselves in a situation or with certain people? Do we always need to shut up to feel accepted? If so, is that healthy? Is that the world we want to live in? Because whatever we create gathers strength. As long as we repeat it, it'll become the mantra, it'll become the pattern. So it's up to us to change this. No one else is going to do it for us. So, my dear friends, again, I wish you wonderful days. If you're on holidays, enjoy the holidays. I am off till September. And then in September, we'll have the first conversation will be with Uma Tulsi Dinsmore. So she is a great yoga therapist, but also she's an amazing teacher of the goddesses, women's health, pelvic health, Yoni Shakti. She's written an amazing book, which I still haven't gotten through, but it's like 800 pages. And I'm absorbing it slowly. I've been taking every chapter in very deeply. And that is going to start in September. So I can't wait to be speaking to her and for you to listen to our conversation when it happens. So much love. Bye.